Now, in a miraculous rescue mission, one of the 7 villagers trapped in a flooded Laos cave has safely resurfaced, guided out of the flooded chamber and into the hands of emergency crew.
Yeah, dramatic scenes there. The rescue operation has now been suspended for the night, set to pick back up later today to retrieve the other 4 known survivors and search for the 2 that are still missing.
Now, for more, we're joined now by Anmar Mirza, who is the coordinator of the US National Cave Rescue Commission. Thank you so much for being with us again. Look, we're all watching such a delicate mission. Just how incredible is it that that first man has made it out safely?
It's very good news. The fact that they were able to get him out safely bodes very well for the rest of the folks that they have found to get out. The fact that they were able to bring him out means that they will have learned from what it took to get him out, and so they will be able to learn from that and make the next ones hopefully even safer.
Anmar, has something changed here? Because we know that the commentary around this over the past few days had been painting an incredibly dicey picture for all of those trapped inside. Has anything changed here to help that operation, that rescue mission?
So the fact that they've been able to spend a couple of days getting these guys some food, training them, and mentally preparing them for what they're going to go through, nothing has fundamentally changed. It's just the fact that they now have had some time to prepare them for it. It's still incredibly dangerous. There's still no guarantees, but every iteration that they do of this makes it just that much safer.
Can I just ask about particular areas that we have seen which are just so tiny that any of the rescuers who are going in there, they've literally had to breathe in to make themselves even flatter, and some of those rocks have been described as sharp as knives. How do you even begin to get through areas like that?
It's very slow, and it can be a very painful process. It's one of the reasons that they're taking a rest break now. The reports that I've gotten from the divers is that it's tearing them up to go through there so many times. They've gotten cuts on their skins. Of course, they're going through water that's dirty, and so infection is a real possibility, and some of them have started to get sick from it. So it's taking a toll on the rescuers.
It's taking a huge toll on those rescuers. We've been hearing that over the past few days. What does that actually do, though, for those who are trapped inside? How do you manage their mental approach to this?
So I think one of the things that makes this rescue a little bit different than the Thai rescue in 2018 is the fact that they've run internet into the cave, and the fact that one of their colleagues has actually gotten out successfully as a huge morale boost, and knowing that it can be done gives you confidence, which that unto itself will make it even more likely that the rest of them can get out safely because they have that confidence. The self-doubt is one of the largest things that could be bringing this down, and so eliminating that or reducing that will help dramatically. Again, plus the fact that they've now had a couple of days of teaching them how to use the equipment and mentally preparing them for what they're going to go through, and just drilling into them the things that they need to do will help tremendously.
Yeah, how do you ever thank someone for that? It's such an extraordinary thing for someone to put themselves on the line like that. Look, so there's 4 other survivors that we know are in this pocket that are still in there, and then another 2 that have not been found. What is the fate of those 2 men? We understand one of them is a teenager.
So it's unknown at this point. Of course, every day that goes by, the odds get worse, but we're still going to hold out hope for it. The rescuers, I know, mentally we have to maintain that positive attitude of we are going to find them. It can always have a negative outcome, but that's not the mindset that we have to have when we're going to look for them, because that would bring us down as well. And so when they are going in there, they're going in with that attitude of we are going to try to find them, and we're going to try to find them alive. And that's obviously that's the absolute best outcome that we can possibly have. But as time goes by, the odds get worse and worse.
Well, our thoughts are with all of those trapped, and of course all of those experienced cave divers too. Anmar, thanks for your insights this morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and Anmar is the coordinator of the US National Cave Rescue Commission.